Hi everyone, Reverend Chris Reject here with Ask The Reverend Episode 2, Electric Boogaloo. Now, first off, before we get started, thank you everyone who watched the first video and let me know what you guys thought of it. I really appreciate it, and I was basically told I have to do another episode, so we're going to keep these going, so thank you guys very much. So let's go ahead and get started with Ask The Reverend Episode 2, Electric Boogaloo. So our first question comes from Roxy Gunn, and she asked me, why did you leave the keys up on the table? For the last time. I wanted to. But honestly, it's not for me to answer. So, my friends, I got a special guest for you guys. From System of a Down lead singer, Serge. Serge, why did you leave the keys up on the table? I guess we're gonna have to come back to Serge. He looks a little busy right now. I'm a little angry at that too. Yikes. So the second question comes from Chris Perkins, and he asked me this question right after I did episode 1. I have to actually read this off of my phone here because it is one of those questions that's extremely elaborate, and I don't want to miss any part of this. So Chris, just because I like you as a person, I'm going to answer this question for you because I do have an answer for you. His question is, if a hen and a half laid an egg in a day and a half, how long would it take for a piss ant with a wooden leg to kick the seeds off of a dill pickle? Alright, Chris. Everyone, here we go. This is how long it will take for a piss ant to kick off the seeds of a dill pickle if he had a wooden leg. Now, first thing we have to do is we have to figure out how many times the Earth has revolved around the Sun since the beginning of time. Now, we know that the Earth is approximately 4.6 billion years old, so we're going to assume that the Earth has another 4.3 billion years, but that's later on into the effect of this equation. Now, what we want to do is how many times the Earth has revolved around. So we're going to take that equation, then we're going to multiply that by pi. Now, we all know pi is 3.14. That's the equation we're going to use. We're not going to use the full number of 3.145 or any of that. So we're going to take that. Now we're going to have to square root this and also divide it by the radius of the Sun divided by the radius of the Earth. Now, at the same time we're doing this, we need to figure out, by the way, that equation there, just hold on to it. You know what, folks? Look, it will take me all day long. You don't have enough time to figure this out. So, Chris, the answer is 42. Which, ironically, is also the answer to life, the universe, and everything in it, according to the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Remember, don't forget your towel. The next question comes from Sharon Mills, and she asked me, since I am an ordained reverend, can I marry myself? It's a whole new level of self-love that I'm not sure about. But, Miss Mills, I do know what you're asking me. You're asking, can I officiate my own wedding? The answer to that is no. Unfortunately, I can't do that, because, trust me, if I had the power to marry myself to anything, I probably a long time ago would have married my amp, or my iPhone, or my guitar. But unfortunately, no, I can't marry myself to anything or anyone. And just think of how weird that ceremony would be. Do you, Chris, take boop to be your lawfully wedded wife? Yeah. Cool. See what I mean? Just a little tiny weird. So, no, Miss Mills, I can't officiate my own wedding. But I don't have anything else to say on that. And the last question comes from Will, who... Wait a minute. Yes, we are getting confirmation that Serge is ready to make a comment about why he left the keys up on the table. So we're going to go live to Serge from System of a Down. to get the comment now. Serge, why did you leave the keys up on the table? Well, folks, he's still not ready to make a comment. So we're just going to have to leave it at the fact he wanted to. So anyways, back to the final question that comes from Will Space Monkey, who used to be the GSR roadie until he decided to get married and move away. And again, this is another one of those questions where I have to look on my phone to read this out loud, because you people come up with some good questions. And Will asked me, which physical ability are all rappers born with, whether they know it or not? I have no answer to this. So instead of answering this question, I'm just going to put up a picture of Vanilla Ice. So that's it for this episode of Ask the Reverend, number 2, Electric Boogaloo. So thank you again, everyone who watched the previous one, who watches this one. It really means a lot to me. And please, please keep watching and press that little like button. There's a little like button. Go ahead and press that and let us know. Give us feedback. And if you would like to ask me a question to be answered on the next episode, number 3, I don't have a catchy phrase for number 3. But if you want to ask me a question, you can do it in a couple of different ways. The first one is you can leave a comment right down there in the YouTube comment section. I read those every day, so please leave me a comment there. Or you can go on to my fan page on Facebook, which is facebook.com/Reverend Chris Reject. I want to thank everyone out there. I want to thank Roxy God Project, Grocery Store Rejects, and you. So I'm the Reverend Chris Reject. Until next time, Leroy Jenkins!